Hey, Isaiah, I wondered with the trade deadline coming and going, did was there a sense of relief on your team? I mean, I know you personally weren't really in the trade rumors and all that, but is there a sense of relief when it's over? And maybe was that reflective in how you guys played last night?
Um, I think more so. I mean, I think every deadline impacts everybody a little bit. Just knowing that just based off how you're playing can really affect what the general manager and what the organization wants to do. So, um, I mean, everybody definitely feels it, but it doesn't really make a difference how we play. But you definitely feel it. But I think we're just happy to have Lance back. Um, and I think we're only 6 games out, so we still feel like we're in it as a team. Uh, everybody else probably thinks otherwise, but we got the big dog. We got a lot of good pitching still, a lot of our good players, and I think we still can make a run.
And there is a youth movement, right? I mean, obviously, a lot of the guys that you came up with are now with you here. That must be somewhat galvanizing and exciting for you younger guys.
Yeah, everybody's saying youth movement. Our coaches are saying youth a lot, but I think there's no such thing as being, too young in the big leagues. Once you're in the big leagues, I think that all gets thrown out, and you're a big leaguer. So, even though everybody's young, it really doesn't matter. We still got to go out there and produce.
After not winning a game in Houston last year at all, was it awfully nice to get that first one against the Astros, especially at Minute Maid?
Yeah, especially the Silver Boot series. Anytime we could bring that boot back home to Arlington, it means a lot. So just getting the first one checked off, and now we have one more to go.
And for you, do you feel more comfortable back at third base? I know you're going to do whatever they ask you. Is third where you're maybe most comfortable right now?
I'm comfortable everywhere. Nowadays, you don't really play in one position. Everyone's moving all over the field. So just, just sticking to one spot in that corner, it helps a little bit. But I think it also helps me going to shortstop for all the lefties. We were facing a lot of lefties when the righties throw. So I actually go back home to short, and then I just move over like it's a pull side righty when a righty's hitting. So with all the shifts and whatnot, it really doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's one other thing about that. On the shift play, when you went all the way to the wall and got that ball did you know from the beginning you had that, or did it even surprise you a little that you were able to get over there and catch that?
My first instinct was just go at it hard. I like to do everything hard. And once I ran and realized I still had some room, I knew I could make a play on it, and got lucky.
Yeah, that's great. Thanks, Izzy.
Thanks.
Other questions for Izzy? Chris.
What is the most challenging part of playing baseball in 2020, both on the field and off the field?
I think it's not so much physical this year. I think it's mental. Not having your family, not seeing your family, not being able to interact with the fans, especially when you're struggling. The fans help a lot. They show support, and just seeing them cheering you on, especially when you're going through rough times, really helps your motor. It keeps you going, helps you stay positive. And without the fans and without all that, you kind of just see the negative. So you go 0 for 3, you look up, and you're like, dang, my leash might be tight. And it's a lot more difficult. It's less enjoyable, but everybody's dealing with it in the whole world, and kind of just have to deal with it.
And the no fans kind of leads to I have a feeling that this series would have been a lot more interesting with fans in the stands, given how they were treating Houston during spring training. So is there any kind of tension there with this being a rivalry, or is that just something that's kind of just the storyline right now?
No, I mean, it's definitely a rivalry. We're battling for the state. So just to kind of claim that silver boot, it means a lot for whoever gets to take it home. So, that's the motive right now. We want to bring it back.
All right. Thanks, Isaiah.
Evan.
Izzy, you're the first player in 20 years who's ever spoken so reverently about the silver boot. So congratulations.
Thanks.
We like that.
Listen, I know it's only been 6 weeks at this point of this season, but what have you proven to yourself in your mind about playing every day?
I always knew I could play at this level, but I think more so just mentality. I think my mentality is on point, and if I can just stick to it and keep getting better every year, it's going to be interesting. How far I can get in this game, especially just being my third year. So, yeah, I'm kind of excited that this is just my third year. I'm young still, so sky's the limit.
What do you feel like you've still got to kind of get out of 2020?
Power. I need to show my power. There's times in the game where, just be myself and I just play. Put a lot of work in the off season in the weight room, and it's I feel it. I'm hitting my exit velo has been higher than it's ever been. Just not getting the ball in the air like I did in spring. Going off of spring training, I thought I was gonna get off to a monster start, and seeing it go into summer camp. It was really exciting, and then after that, it kind of just faded a little bit as the season started. But the bat quality is there. I'm hitting the ball harder, and at this point, who knows? And like if we would have started this season on time, things might have been a little different. But I'm still, really happy with where I'm at. But I have a lot of work to do.
Do you feel like in your mind there's any thought, listen, as far as the power goes, I'm playing third base. To play third base long term in the big leagues, I've got to show more power? Or is it simply that you feel like you, Isiah Kiner-Falefa, can hit for more power, if you know what I'm saying?
I feel like I can hit for more power, but if you look at it that way, I think my defense brings something that not everybody has. You look back at 2018, I only played 40 games at third base, and I was third in Gold Glove. So just I don't know if it was Gold Glove. I think it was fifth in Gold Glove, but third in defensive runs saved. Only two behind. Chapman had 7, and Arenado had 8, and I was only played 40 games, and I was at 5. So once I seen that, I knew that my defense was going to be my thing that keep me in the big leagues. But if I keep playing the way I play and get on base, just score a lot of runs, do the little things, then I think that maybe we could go and get a bat at a different position. Instead of so I kind of just be able to change that position more like I think Martin Prado for the Marlins hit 300 every year, 10 homers, played okay defense. And, he had a good career. And I think the Marlins were able to go and get a power bat at a different position just because his defense and what he brought was okay. So I think if I keep doing what I'm doing, then, we can kind of just find some power somewhere else.
All right, I'll let you get back to Silver Boot talk. Thanks, man.
Thanks.
Other questions for Izzy? Let's go to Levi, then TR, and then CJ, and that'll be it.
Yeah, I heard a radio interview. You talked a little bit about hotel life this year and how that's kind of beginning to be, kind of starting to wear on you guys. How are you dealing with that?
FaceTime. I think not being able to see your family, not being able to hug your teammates or give them a high five, it's tough. You don't think about it in the beginning. You're like, yeah, let's just get back to playing. And then when, someone hits a huge homer, huge base hit, or even like when you're struggling and you just need, a little pick me up, like a little, just tap on the shoulder or, just someone being able to come close and, have like those little conversations that really put you in a better state of mind. That's all gone. It's a little more individualized. The competition is more because there's more players on the roster. And I think that things are just like, it's just tough all around to just, it's a constant battle with yourself. Everybody can play at this level, but it's a real test. And I think going into the future, this year's really going to help the younger guys and even the veteran guys just to, having gone through this experience, it's going to help them grow all together.
You think, we heard about some of the conversations that had happened in the clubhouse. We're coming up to opening day, and then, last week with the series with the A's and the discussion about whether to postpone a game or to not play a game. Do you think that the lack of what you're talking about, just the little, reinforcements, do you think that makes, when another difficult situation comes up, do you think that adds difficulty to it because you don't get that good reinforcement throughout the rest of the year?
100%. I think it causes stress. I think it just causes stress. Just you go through that conversation, and if everybody's close and everybody's, feeling it out, you really feel the passion and feel the love of what everybody has to say. But you take that all away and you just hear words. It's almost like as if you're just listening to a podcast. It is what it is because, Hawaii has a second lockdown. So there's nothing we can really complain about because the fact that we're even here able to play while everyone else is at home is a lot better. So things are worse in the world and we just have to deal with it, but it's definitely different.
Yeah. All right. That's all for me. Thank you.
TR, you're good?
Yeah, I'm good, John. Thank you.
Okay, CJ, last question.
All right, Izzy, two quick ones. Your numbers against lefties right now are really strong. Is there anything specific about the way you're seeing the ball against left-handed pitchers?
The stance. So, I feel I see lefties better. The close stance is allowing me to just see the ball better. And righties, I think, I got to make a little adjustment. I felt like I hit a lot better with my open stance against righties because I could see the plane better and I was just already on that path. So as I closed my stance off, it actually really helped me with lefties. But it's doing a little disservice with the righties on the slider. So I'm just going to make a couple adjustments and just match the plane of the ball and I should be okay.
So could you actually open up against righties and almost go back to where you were a year ago?
I don't want to, just because of all the progress I've made. It's been a thought, but I'm just sticking to the process and I'm trusting what's been working and what changes I've made. It's just going to be little tweaks, maybe an inch out more rather than extreme like 3 feet. So it's really helped me with lefties just stay on the pitches longer, but allowing me to fly open on righties a little more.
Okay, and real quick, you mentioned last time we talked about Todd Frazier and the impact that he had and what you saw from him and what you learned from him. Now that he's gone, what is it about him you think that will stick with you or maybe some of the other guys, the impact that he had that you guys will then carry forward as we talked about this young group, kind of this core leading this team forward?
The way he had fun, but the seriousness of it. Everybody sees him as a jokester, but he was very serious. I don't think people see that side of him. He really cares. So I think he was like the perfect half and half of wanting to have fun and really caring. So just to see the way he went about his business, loosened everybody up. But at the same time, if you didn't do your work or you didn't work hard, he was the first guy to jump on you because he was always doing his work. So, he just really showed the other guys that, if you want to have fun, you still got to do what you got to do.
Cool. Thank you, man. Appreciate it.